So today we're gonna go. Anyway, welcome, man. It's gonna be a cool semester. I don't know why I say that, but I do. Something tells me things are gonna get really rocking this semester, as if they're not rocking already. But yeah, something tells me that it's gonna be in the world of race relations and ethnic and cultural relations, things are. Something tells me something's going to take off, so it's cool. It's a good place to be, and it gives us a lot of material to talk about and issues to address. So I'm Sam Richards. If you can call me Dr. Rich. It doesn't matter. You can call me anything you want, really, but to my face, Sam is fine. If you want to be formal, put the doctor in front of it. That's the key information you need. One thing about the Twitter piece is that first off, you have to put laptops away, so you can't have laptops open in class. So that's the rule. You can have your phone open. In fact, we want phones out. We want you to be using your phones, because truthfully, in an ideal world, you'd be having conversations with each other on Twitter. That's the back channel. That you all would be talking to yourself, because it's a big class, right? You want to. I don't know, you want to talk. Dude, I could never sit through this class and not be talking constantly to the person next to me, because there would just be so many things that I would want to just say something about. You know what I mean? I don't know, like good, bad, indifferent, whatever. My mind would be going on things. So Twitter is a way to do that. So don't get snarky. But, you can really use it to put your thoughts out there and respond to people and respond to things in class. So in an ideal world, in my world, if I could sort of establish the kind of teaching space that I would like, it would be that y'all would be at least watching the Twitter feed and participating. So in the past, we actually used Twitter for assignments, and we're not doing that this semester. So you don't have to have a Twitter account or use a Twitter account, but I just want to, once again, put that out there. And there are other people who are watching the stream who are also going to be on Twitter. So the website, that's everything you need to know is on the website, including the syllabus. We might be updating the syllabus, making some small changes, but not a lot. That's the email that you want to use for everything, y'all. Everything. staff@social18.org. Don't use Canvas. Don't use Lauren's, who you'll meet in a little bit. Her personal email, my personal email. That's just like black holes. That's the one you want to use. Okay, Canvas is just a pain. So don't use it. You just use that. Got it? It's real simple. Check it all the time. So it's going to be your fastest response to any issues that you have. And yo, man, hang on. I need a moment right here. Because I always teach at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, the energy's really rocking on the first day. And this time slot, 3 o'clock, is really quiet. And I'm not used to that. So I'm going to bring a different energy into the room. I forgot how quiet you all are at 3 o'clock. And this is actually kind of cool sociology and I'll talk about this later, but this idea that our actions and our behaviors are shaped by factors and things outside of our control. Just like the time this class starts has a huge impact on your behavior. And just like the noise level in here and so many things. So that's pretty cool. That's sociology, by the way. The way we're shaped by things and we don't understand it. Some things we understand, right? Like I'm shaped by the fact I have experiences of the world. I'm a male and I have certain experiences of the world that I wouldn't have if I wasn't a male. That I'm 5'11". I have certain experiences that are different than I would have if I was 6'11" or 4'11". That's basic. That's just that's low-hanging fruit. But the stuff that we don't see and we can't see, that's the cool sociology, man. That's where advertisers win and will always win. Because we think we think we're not buying into the bullshit the stuff they're selling, and of course we are. That's why it's $1 billion industry. All right, man. So, no, I think I got it right here, man. There we are. So, you see the cameras in the room. We are videotaping the class. We teach this class in the summertime, and we use the videos from class during the semester for the summer course. And so everything in this lecture class, 2 days a week, gets recorded, but we also stream it live. So right now, it is streaming live to the world. I never really know how many people are watching, but people really watch from lots of places. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't matter. People watch from all over the world. I don't know. It's kind of fun because we'll bring some of them into the classroom. People who are watching in other countries and stuff, and get different perspectives. So that's a lot of fun. But the primary reason we stream is because we're using the footage in the summertime. So, but be aware. So that's the link. If you know anyone who wants to jump on and watch, it's kind of okay. Before we start getting into specifics. Let me, about the class, which we will do a little bit, let me just give you kind of a little bit of a rundown of me and who I am. Some of you, I've been teaching here a long time, I think this is my 28th year. I've been teaching this class for 27 years. So, yeah, it's a long time, man. That's me with my father. And look, I'm wearing the same colors today. Look at that. That's pretty cool. That's my doll, Raggedy Ann doll. That's the reason I like to show that photo is because it speaks in so many ways to who I am and how I am in the world. I don't follow any very many norms, and I don't really follow, I don't swim upstream. Look, they dressed me in pink. This is 1962, or maybe 1963. You didn't dress boys in pink. You just didn't do that. But my parents dressed me in pink. Boys didn't play with dolls. Except really hipster parents who maybe were sociologists, and they knew from like the age of 3 or 4 that their child was gay, and so and their child wanted to play with dolls, and they were like, fuck it. All right, play with dolls. Not that all the boys that play with dolls are gay, because I play with dolls. I'm not gay. I might become gay. I always say if my wife dies before me, I'll be with a guy for sure. Just because I'm done with women. Nothing against y'all, right? It's all good. But no, I love my wife dearly. I just feel like I want to be with a guy. I've been with a woman for, a long time. So like, why not switch it up a little bit? You know what I mean? So, dude. Anyway, dolls. So my father was pretty old when I was born. He died when I was 9. And then I largely raised myself. And my mom was working a lot. It was working class. I largely raised myself, and that was, to me it was a good thing because I was free to just explore the world on my own. By grace, explore the world. Okay, so like I discovered marijuana when I was 12, and that was pretty awesome. For a 12-year-old, right? I wouldn't recommend it. If I had a 12-year-old, I wouldn't recommend it. But for me, it was cool because I had the kind of mind to take that journey and not get lost in it. So I was never really big on alcohol, but I dug the mind journey, right? Didn't take school seriously. Nobody in my family took school seriously. It wasn't like you bring my report card home. I don't even remember her asking to look at it. That just wasn't part of the world. But I read voraciously. I was always a reader. I just didn't follow rules. Just like the pink and the dolls and so on. I did not follow rules. I was not interested in sitting behind a desk and getting grades and doing whatever I needed to follow somebody else's rules. It just wasn't how it was for me. And so I made it through 8th grade. I made it through high school. I always say I'm above average, though, because I took the SAT and I scored in the 51st percentile, which is pretty cool. You just want to be above average, y'all, right? You don't want to be, above average is, 51% is good. So I know a lot of you are like trying to be, I don't know what. Just for me, above average was lovely. Okay, so anyway, I didn't take high school very seriously, but I found out that I could get a day off of school if I applied to college. So I applied to my local university, University of Toledo, and I jumped on my motorcycle, went out and applied, and which took like 20 minutes. But I didn't need a day off school anyway, because I just skipped school whenever I wanted. I mean, it wasn't really, but it was kind of fun to get a free day off that I wasn't actually skipping. And then I applied, and then I went, and I don't know what I did. No, I know exactly what I did, but I don't want to say. So anyway, and I got into college, and after 2.5 years in college, I was still a freshman because I would start with like 15 credits, and I'd end up with 1 or 2 one semester. One semester it was 1. It was a racquetball class. I got a C in that. So 2.5 years later, I'm halfway through my freshman year, and then one day, I had transferred to the community college. I like telling this story because I just think it matters, because we have this idea that people who follow the academic path, we all follow some kind of, I don't know, like we've always been academics or something, but I would transfer to a community college because I thought I would just get a 2-year degree, because I was a musician, playing rock and roll. I had other things. And then I was slowly dropping all my classes, and I had one class left, and I skipped the class, and I went to the library, and this was it, man. I was going to drop out, clearly. There was no question about it. But I was in the library, and I did what I always did. I would just walk through the stacks at the library, like looking for stuff, books and reading things, because I was a crazy reader. I was always reading, right? And this is what I would do in high school, I swear. I would get stoned before class on my way to school, and I would go to class, and I would sit in the back row, and I would read books. And I had no idea what was going on, but I would just read my books. Or I'd skip class, I'd go down to the library, and I would just read books. It's just my thing, right? Anyway, I skipped class. I was reading something, and something in my mind just clicked. I don't know what it was, man. I was reading about prisons, prison reform, and something clicked, and I said, I could do that. For the first time in my life, I saw something that I could do. So I went over, got the phone, get on the phone, and I called the sociology department, social work department, and I said, hey, can I come meet with somebody? And I went over, and I scheduled sociology and social work classes, and that was the end, man. That was the beginning of I quit everything. I quit working, quit music, quit everything, and I became a student. So I was 20 years old, became, for the first time in my life, like really serious student. And I was a terrible student because I couldn't read. I couldn't write. I just didn't, But I never looked back, man. And to this day, I never look back. I am studying, literally. I'm exploring, not studying, I'm exploring 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Never stop, man. It is just, it's a really cool journey, but I continue to not be concerned about grades and what other people think and that kind of stuff. And so I teach this class. I tell you that story because I teach this class with that in mind. I don't care about grades. I don't care about your grades. I don't care. All I care about is whether you think and whether I inspire you to think in some ways. So it's actually a really easy class, relatively speaking, and you come here, you don't have to take notes, you don't have to do anything. All I ask of you is that you think. And my job is to do that. That's it, man. My job is to do for you what some people did for me, which is just spark your mind to think, to have some thoughts that you haven't had. And that it often means arguing with me, right? So it's like, dude, if you leave this class and you're not in an argument with me about something, like I didn't say something that offended you in some way or bothered you in some way or you disagree with in some way, then I'm not doing my job, man. at all. So I'm going to be all over the place. I'm going to push. I'm going to push in lots of ways, and I'm going to be in maybe I offend you one day, or I bother you because of something, but I don't bother her. You know what I mean? You might think, oh, this guy's an idiot, but this person's thinking, oh, this guy's right on, because whatever. It's like, this is how it works. Like, we're all in this together. And this is a sociology class of race and ethnic relations, not just in the U.S., but globally. We should be in constant conversation, and in many ways constantly arguing and engaging, arguing with and engaging one another, because that's what it is. This is not, it doesn't have to be super controversial, but there are lots of opinions about this stuff. And if we're not engaging people who are different from us and thinking in new ways, then we're not going nowhere. And so anyway, my goal is to get you to leave the class not really knowing what you think, which is good, because I don't know what I think. So why should you be allowed to know what you think, right? And two, be in some kind of argument or discussion in your head, either with something I said or other people in class or whatever the case is, right? That means we all win. Like, I win, and for me, because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, which is to push. Is that cool? And what it means is I'm not trying to be a professor. I'm not trying to be cool. I'm not trying to be anything. I'm just being myself. So that's how I do what I do in here. I just be myself. And yeah, there's so much more I want to say about that, but I'll let it go. Okay. Okay. So all this stuff is rocking, man. Right? I'm white. I'm a man. I'm straight, and for the moment, till my wife dies, I'm like able-bodied. But all those things matter. I'm American. Yo, man, I'm American. That matters. Like, it matters to how I walk through the world. It matters to how, man, it's so big. All this stuff comes into play. And it's going to come into play for all of us, because I'm going to be pointing that out in lots of different ways as we move forward. Okay, cool? It's a really, the way I describe this class is it's fun. I have fun. So the thing is to have fun. And I leave challenged all the time. So I don't know. Okay, let's go with... Oh, God. Yeah, all right, here's one really fast. It's a sociology class. Most sociologists tend to be more liberal. I'll explain how that is later. It doesn't really matter, but most of us are. And there's a reason for that, and it makes a lot of sense when you sort of look at it. People assume, I'm teaching about race relations, and so I'm at Penn State, and Penn State's a pretty liberal institution, because it is, by the way, pretty liberal here. And they assume that you're going to make the assumption that I'm liberal, right? And it's like, dudes, don't walk down that path. My perspectives are going to come from all over the place. And I'm neither liberal nor conservative nor anything. I mean, I'm practically mentally ill. But beyond that, it's not there. So you're going to hear, if you want to hear liberal ideas, then you're going to hear them. If you want to hear conservative ideas, you're going to hear them. People who are more conservative in this class will think, oh, I'm too liberal. And people who are more liberal in this class think I'm too conservative. Right now, it seems like I'm hearing, I'm getting a lot of reaction back, the past couple of years anyway, on campus. A lot of the more liberal students think that I'm way too conservative and I need to pick up the liberal cause a little bit, right? And then people who are conservative think I'm obviously way too liberal. And so it's like, I guess I win, right? Because I guess I win. That means it's good. That means I'm hitting things from multiple sides. So, yeah. All right, bro, let's go with the next one. Okay, so there are no textbooks in the class. It's all free. That's pretty cool. Okay. Thank you. However, you can take 15 or a little bit of your clapping back because there is an expense pack back. However, it's cost $25 and I negotiated it down to 15. So, okay. However, also I will add that you'll be submitting all your writing assignments, and there aren't that many really, but your weekly writing assignments, it's not going to take you that long using this. It's actually really much faster. It's just better all the way around. It'll be really cool. So it is going to cost you $15. That's like, for many of you, that's like a case of beer, right? For me, that's 2 beers. Because what you call beer, I call water. But for me, it would be 2. But for some of you, that's a whole case. So I don't know. Is that is that Natty Light's probably $15? Yeah, right. So anyway, you'll get more information on you're going to get an email about signing up for Packback. So it will be $15, okay? Can you get your phones out really fast? You don't have to do this. This is a texting service that I can send a message to you. You can't send it to each other. You can't send it back to me. Nobody will find your telephone number at all. Trust me, it is 100% secure. I will not bombard you with messages, but periodically throughout the semester, maybe the heat isn't working in this room, and I'm going to send you a message, say, hey man, dress warm because it's pretty serious. Or we cancel class at the last minute, highly unlikely, but who knows, right? And I just need to get something out to you. So if you just text, just put at sick pig and to that, and then I'll be able to send messages to you, and Don't do it maybe 20 times all semester. Okay, I will not bombard you. So is that cool? I don't want to leave it up there too long, but we'll come back to it. It's a really sweet system when I need to contact you for something. And because you don't read emails, dude. Dude, do you read emails? Dude, exactly, my man. What's email, he says. All right. All right, so here, discussion groups. So you come to lecture twice a week, and then you have a 50-minute discussion group at some point in Pond Lab. So those begin next week. So don't go to Pond Lab this week. Just come to lecture class on Thursday. And here, attendance matters. In Social 118, attendance matters. Your grade will slip very quickly if you don't show up. So that's really, 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 I just want to put that out there. So me, for example, if this was my first 2 years in college, obviously I would have gotten an F. I would have just dropped it, or withdrawn, or whatever the case was. There's a service learning project with Haiti and Brazil that we will talk about. You'll do these in your discussion groups, and we'll rock that. But okay, pack back. So, yeah, next week, discussion groups. Yeah, next week. So, you know what? I'm not really going to go into this. And let me just tell you what Packback is. It is, you see it on the syllabus. It's like a souped up discussion board. You know how Canvas has a discussion board? So that's all this is. But what this allows us to do is automatically grade you. You sort of grade yourself, because it's got this thing called a curiosity score, and as long as you reach 75 on the curiosity score, you're golden, you get your points, and you're good to go. And you respond to other people in class. It's a really simple system, but what you do, again, is they'll send you a link, or you can get on the website. I explain how to do it if you don't get the email from them. And you have a code for this class, you pay for it, you put the code in, and then you just log in every time and it shows up, and that's where you submit all of your writing assignments, okay? It's on the syllabus. Yo, man, did I mention 500 times? You got to read the syllabus. Y'all, you have to read the syllabus in this class. Like, honestly, it's a really simple class. It is a really easy class. But you just got to know what you're doing. And for that, you got to read the syllabus. Bro, right? Read the syllabus? Do you read syllabi? Yeah. All right. You say that like, yeah. Yeah, of course. Most of your esteemed colleagues in this room don't, my friend. All right. So we'll come back to that next week. Taylor will come in class and explain more. Okay. Lauren, you should come down. Hey, first off, yeah, Lauren. Okay, hang on one second. It's mostly contract grading in this class. Okay, you mostly, except for the quizzes, which are really easy. If you do the readings and watch the videos, they're like really, really easy. But it's contract grading. That means that you decide what grade you want, and then you just accumulate the points to get that grade. And half the class ends up with an A. So it's like, it's not that difficult. Okay, quizzes, look, doesn't matter. If you do really well on the quizzes, see, they're only like 90 out of, I think it's actually 289 points. So you can ace the quizzes, doesn't mean you're acing the class, man. That's only a third. Dude, 90, that's less than a third. It's less than a third? Yeah, it's slightly less than a third of your grade. Come on, man. And attendance matters. Dude. This is Lauren, by the way. Lauren is, in this class, Lauren's my boss. Because I don't know anything. Explain to them, my friend.
He only teaches. I do everything with like your grades, emails. He doesn't do nothing, honestly.
That's all I know. Everything I just told you in those PowerPoints, that's it. After that, Lauren's your go-to person. She's the one that answers the staff@social19.org email. And I don't know, you just take care of everything. Am I right?
Pretty much.
And this is your last semester, and then you're moving on.
I can't wait to be done with him.
Yeah. Wait, you mean with Penn State, not with me?
Not working with you.
Yeah, all right. All right, man. So listen. Thanks, pal. I appreciate that. Attendance matters. So can we, does anyone do voices in here? Does anyone do any cool voices? Anyone like got? Anyone have a really cool voice? I have some things we need someone to read. Anyone have like a cool voice that people say, oh man, you have a really cool voice. You have a radio voice. Anyone have a radio voice? Do you have a radio voice? Wait, do you have a radio voice? You do, bro? Hang on, let's hear. Dude, you be the judge whether we're going to accept this guy. Read the very first thing in your radio voice.
I missed class because I was sick. To whom do I give my excuse?
Can you say that again?
I missed class because I was sick. To whom do I give my excuse?
I really don't care if you're sick, your grandma died, nothing. We don't do no excuses.
No excuses, dude. You get 2 excused absences. No, you get 2 in lecture class.
You get 2 free absences, but other than that, like we don't take no doctor's notes, nothing for funerals, nothing like along those lines.
Nothing, man. And in your groups, you get 1, right?
Yeah, in discussion groups, you get 1 free miss.
That's it. After that, you get none. It's nothing. There's a way you can make up, like, you can never make up discussion group points ever, man. If you miss, you never make those up. It doesn't matter. You could get Donald Trump to call us personally. Oh, that would be awesome. Okay, if you could get Donald Trump to call me, I might give you the points back. But beyond that, I don't know. God, maybe. But in this class, there is a way you can get the points back, but it's really hard. So, all right, dude, read the second one.
I had to go home to have my wisdom teeth removed. I'm not going to lose points for that, am I?
Yes.
If you didn't use your 2 free misses, then you could use that. But if you used it, you'll lose 4 points each time you're absent.
Got it, bro? Got it, everybody? All right, man. Next one.
It's university policy that 91 to 100% is an A.
Social 19 is a point-based class. We don't go off percentages. So you could have like a 91 on Canvas, but that could very well be a C in this class.
Yeah, it's not. That's not university policy, by the way. It's not university policy. So, whatever. Who cares?
If you want to know the percentages, go to the last page of the syllabus.
Yeah, but don't do it now.
Yeah,
All right,
not
go
right now.
ahead.
Later when you read it, before
When
your
you
quiz.
read it, yeah.
It'll
right,
be
next
all
one.
up there, no questions.
I have an 89% in this class. That should be a B+, but according to your grading scale, it's a B-. That's not fair. I'm going to write that on Rate My Professors.
Dude, somebody wrote, did you see the email that woman sent last semester? Like, saying everything she was going to say about you on Rate My Professor. I'm like, she's not even the professor, but like, oh my God, our lives are coming to an end. All right, next one.
I want to give you a bad review on Yelp, too.
What's that?
On Yelp. I'm going to give you a bad review.
Oh, bad review on Yelp, yeah. All right, man.
My computer crashed right before I uploaded my pack assignments. Can I turn them in late? Please.
We don't take late assignments. If you don't turn it in, it's a 0.
The answer is no. You can't ever, under any circumstance. Next one. Hey, by the way, you know how like the assignments due on all the assignments in here are due on Sunday night at 11:59. It's like that means you have until Monday morning at the earliest hour. You know what I mean? At 12:01 on Monday morning to turn them in. Like, don't wait until the last minute. Like, come on, man. God. All right, go ahead, bro. Next one.
I have to go to an event that is required for another class, and it starts at 4:30 p.m. on Thursday. I need to leave lecture 15 minutes early.
Dude,
Is that okay?
that is okay. You have to see, we got to stop at the back table, right? Okay. See you and Kristen at the back table, and then we'll take your name, and then we will keep track of it. Here's how attendance works in here. We start attendance next week, and you sign your name on an attendance sheet, and then you get your points. You don't sign anyone else's names, even though many of you will try, but we're going to check signatures, dog. Sometimes people sign names like sitting right in front of you, right?
Yeah, we check signatures on the attendance sheets. If you get caught, you and your little friend lose points. Yeah, just don't do it. Because we actually really check them, and it's really noticeable.
Next one, Matt.
I sent Lauren an email to her personal Penn State account, and she didn't respond. How dare you?
Did you see that face right there? That's why she didn't respond. Next one. Wait, hang on. Did you get a close-up of that? Get a close-up of Lauren's face. Hang on. Read. Yeah, good. Go ahead.
I sent Lauren an email to her personal Penn State account, and she didn't respond.
He wants me to do the angry black girl face.
No, I don't. No, I didn't ask for that. You just did like the shudder. That was good enough. All right.
I got in an accident on the way to my discussion group and broke my leg in 12 places. Can I be excused?
No, you can't. Next one. Dude, you know how we're pushing this? There are no excuses. I swear to you, in 10 days from now, one of you is going to come down and say, I missed class. Here's my excuse. I'm like, WTF? Seriously? Go ahead, bro. I think we have one more.
2 more.
All right.
Can you tell me my grade so far? I got an 85% on the first 2 quizzes.
No, we can't. Add the points up.
Isn't that 85?
No, it means nothing. Add the points up. Next one.
On Canvas, it says I have 91%. Why did I get a C?
Because we don't go by Canvas. Add the points up. That's it, dudes. There it is.
The easiest way to find your grade is to add up all of the points and then subtract whatever grade. So if you take the first quiz and you get a 20 out of 30, subtract 10, and that is your current grade according to the syllabus.
Exactly, dude. Anything you need to add before we move forward?
No, it's a super easy class. It's really an easy A if you just do all the work that's required.
And there's not that much work, man.
Yeah, it's
Come
really
on.
not that much work. This is like a super easy 4 credit. So, yeah, just do what is expected.
Okay, dude, thanks, man. Thanks for rocking it. Next one. Lawrence. All right. You ready? Now we're going to do it. I need 2 volunteers. I need oh, sorry, man. I need a burnout. Anybody a burnout in here? Like serious burnout? Dude, is that you? Is he? No, you got to really be a burnout. Dude, seriously? You know, like, Like all day long? Like a chimney? Are you a chimney, bro? Oh, you are totally. All right. Here, come up. All right, we'll use you. And then I need someone who's really overly concerned about grades, man. Like super concerned. Wait, you're not stoned now, are you?
No, we're good.
All right, okay. And then someone who's really concerned about grades. Super concerned about grades. All the time, you're thinking about grades. What do we got? Dude, is that you? Wait, are you? Are you like a grade person? Do you think about grades all the time? What's that? All right. Well, I'll use you. Okay, so watch this. Bro, what's your name?
Simon.
Simon? What's up, man? And what's your name?
Heaven.
What is it?
Heaven.
Heaven? Dude, seriously? Heaven? Like,
Yeah.
awesome. That's your birth certificate name?
Yes.
That is so awesome.
You want to switch?
What's your last name?
Hogue. Heaven Hogue.
Hogue, H-O-G-U-E. What's your last name, bro?
Lipsky.
Lipsky? Heaven Lipsky would be that would be kind of a cool name. You got heavenly Lipskys, my man. Heaven. Dude, so do people that's a cool name, by the way.
Yeah, we had a
it's
divine
really-
last semester too. So it's
What's-
all divine last semester.
Oh yeah,
now
last
heaven.
semester Divine was in the class. So if you would have been in here last semester, we'd have been rocking. Okay, so Heaven and Simon, right? So check this out. If Simon can we're going to go to the next one. Okay, just take a look at this. This was Social 19 in 2007. Hey, by the way, the reason I'm pushing this stuff really hard right now is because if y'all had any idea how much of a headache it is for us to deal with grade issues at the end of the semester, honest to God, I think we spent probably 30 hours on it. So you're going to have to suffer through this. This is fall 2007. Okay? And people used to say it's really hard to get an A in 119. Okay, here's the final breakdown in fall 2007. 4% of the class got A's or A minuses. 4%, man. 37% got B's, C's. Look at that. 7% failed. That was the breakdown. 91% to 100 got an A. All right? It's a hard class.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Damn. All right, so here, go to the next one. Fall 2018 grading scale. That's the grading scale, my friends. Simon, what do you think about that? The lowest A is a 96.8. Well, I should ask you. You're the grade. This guy's a burnout. He doesn't care. What's your GPA, by the way?
Well, it's all right. It's like 3.7.
You got to talk into the mic.
3.7.
Oh, so you're serious. All right, I got it. You need to smoke more pot, Heaven. Just saying.
Why can't you smoke pot and have good grades?
You can, but it's not easy to do. All right. 96.8. That would make you imagine it's a really difficult class, right? Dude, you got to have a 96.8% or above to get an A minus. 93%. If you get a 93% in here, that's the lowest B plus. That means a 92.8% is a C plus. What do you think about that? You having second thoughts about being in 119?
No.
All right. Ready? Take a look at that. Was last semester's class more difficult than the 2007 class? So here are the breakdowns. What do you think, bro?
I mean, it depends on how many.
You got to talk in the mic, my friend. You must be stoned, I'm telling you.
I wish.
It depends on what?
It depends on how many people got an A. That's what matters.
Depends on how easy it is. What do you think? Was last semester easier than fall 2007 or harder?
Probably a little harder.
Talk right in the mic.
Probably a little harder.
You think it was harder? Why is that?
Some percentages are hugely different.
So you imagine that.
Yeah.
But he's saying, nah, man, it depends on how you break down, how easy it is to get points. This is why you got to follow the burnouts, man. Okay? Take a look at this. That was last semester.
See, I like that one better.
50% A's or A minuses, 27%. So look at that. Even though it looks really hard, Difficult to get a good grade in here? Look at that. See that? See how that works? So it's really easy, obviously, to get an A. The hoops are so easy to jump through, like even burnouts like Simon can do it. You got it? Do you see that? Does everyone see that? You got it? Everyone got it? It's just a matter, we make it so easy to get an A that we can put these cutoffs up here because everyone's jumping through the hoops. Look, over 3/4 of the class gets a B or above.
Does this mean I can show up to class high?
What's that?
Does this mean I can show up to class high?
Yeah. No. No, I didn't say that. Okay, you got it? So which grading scale is more difficult? We got it. It just depends. All right, man. You got it, bro?
Yeah, I got it.
The burnout gets it. So if the burnout gets it, do you understand? You got it, right?
Okay, I understand. Yeah.
All right, man. It's usually the grade people that don't get that. Has nothing to do with the grade scale. It has everything to do with how difficult it is to accumulate points. Hey, where are you from, by the way?
Maryland.
Maryland? All right, dude. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You're going to get an A. I swear you are. All right. Listen. Here we go. The goal of 119. I already said some of this, and I want to say it a little bit more. It's not to get you to think like me. First, I don't even know what I think. My opinions change every day. They're constantly, people ask me what I think about X, Y, or Z. It just depends on what side of the bed I get up on in the morning. I really, honestly, am constantly changing my thoughts about a wide range of things. I don't know what I think. I just throw stuff out. My goal is not to get you to do that. Well, it is to get you to do that, right? Obviously, to confuse you. And we'd probably have a better world if more of us realized or had the idea that we didn't really know what we thought, that we'd have no idea what's going on. Because how do you know what's going on on the other side of the world if you're not on the other side of the world? I don't even know what's happening on the other side of campus because I'm not on the other side of campus. How the hell am I going to figure something out about homelessness? Or inequality, or how bad racism is, or whether we live in a like a racist police state, or whether something like I don't know, Black Lives Matters is good or bad, or should we build a wall? Should we not build a wall? Should the wall be 4 feet high or 40 feet high, or I don't know, I don't know how am I going to know any of that? The world's really complicated, so. The best that I can do is walk through the world, taking in as much information as I possibly can about all of these things and being fair about where I get that information, meaning that I'm not just selecting things from one source and then confusing myself as much as possible. That's the ideal way to walk through the world. And then maybe one day on my deathbed, I'll figure something out and then I'll finally say, Eureka, I got it. Maybe, but probably not. So look, the goal of this class is A, to not be a complete idiot. That's not always easy because when I'm standing up here talking about things that are immensely complex, anybody who studies these things on a regular basis is going to poke holes into everything that I'm saying. And I'm not an expert on anything. How can I be an expert? Do you know how much there is to learn? For example, over the holiday break, I was in Iraq, and my wife and I, and I study Iraq. I lived through the war. I read all the time about so many things. I do a lot of work in the Middle East. I was discovering things every day that just oh my God, how did I not know this? How did I never think about this? How is it possible this escaped me? And only because I was over there. And things that if I was here and I never went, and let alone I never thought about these issues, I'd be throwing opinions out that would just be totally stupid. So my goal is to not be a complete moron. I accept the fact that I'm a moron or that I say dumb things or ignorant things or whatever much of the time. But I don't want to be completely stupid. So I try to back it off as much as possible, but I'm going to say just enough to be confusing, either to myself or to you. And so, if you say X, I'll say Y. right? If you want to swim this way, I'm going to say swim this way. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to throw things out to get you to have to confront things that, who knows, I don't know. Dude, and by the way, this shit's life and death for people, y'all, right? Like, this is life and death. So I say, do we live in are the police, like, do we have, how deep is racism embedded in our, law enforcement institutions? To some of us, you can just sort of sit back and say, oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's a really interesting question. I don't know. Let me think about that. But for other people, that's life and death. This is serious. So, what's happening, sometimes, I listen to people just prognosticating about what we should do in the Middle East or anything. I don't know, any number of things. Like, come on, no, this is serious. You're like, is Me Too movement, is the Me Too movement good or is it bad? Or is it does more harm than good? It's like, come on, man, stop for a second. What are we talking about? What experiences are we talking about? This is real. It's not just something that we just randomly think about. So anyway, the goal of this class is to confuse you enough that you'll be inspired to either in the key moments say, I don't know, as opposed to just put some idea out into the room, wherever you are. Or B, to actually go out and try to figure stuff out. Because, I don't know, it's because it's cool. Right? It's cool. School's cool. So, no, school sucks. Right? School is like prison. Basically, you sit, you go to class, you just like, dude, am I right? It's prison, dude. It's terrible. You just like, you go, you show up, think about kindergarten. They ring a bell, and then you go to kindergarten. It starts on day one. They ring a bell, and then you sit in a circle. And then they ring a bell, and we say, okay, gather around the piano. We're going to sing a song. And then they ring a bell again, and you say, okay, now we're going to go play. And they ring a bell. They're like rats. And you just keep ringing bells, and we just keep doing it. And we're still doing it. It's like we ring a bell, and you say, okay, I got to go to my class. We ring a bell, I got to go do this assignment. And then you just keep doing it, and eventually you have a degree. And then eventually maybe you get a job. And then eventually it's like you get to be my age, and you wonder, what the hell did I do with my life? And then you die. But learning is cool. Do not equate learning with school, man. All right, cool? All right, man, next, where are we going to go? Okay, we're going to do something else. I need 4 volunteers. Hang on, first off, I need 2 wait, hang on, people in the front, don't turn around, because I don't want anyone to see who raised their hand. I need 2 international students. So, 2, 1. I need another international student, dude. Okay, you. Ideally, I would have a woman, man. We could take this guy, and I need. Hang on, bro. Hang on, and I need some. I need a woman. Is there? No. Hang on.
Yo, to your right, back row.
Dude, now here we'll go with you. Okay, right here. You in the glasses, and then you, bro. Okay, you come down the front. And then I need 2 more people. So give me somebody in the back. How about, if this is actually fun. Okay, 1, and I need a guy. Wait, hang on. Bro, you. All right, come on. You're Americans, right? Dude, you're an American? Dude. Donald Trump. All right. All right, y'all. You're going to come out here. Don't trip on this. Okay, you can just get to know each other. Don't. Okay, listen. So where's the suite? Yeah, I need you. All right. Now I need 4 international students who, dude, we'll use you. Wait, did they think they might have seen you? No, maybe probably not. Okay, bro, we'll use you. You. I need 2 more. I need 2 international students. Dude, okay, 1 more. And no, not you, bro. Hang on. Okay, let me go with you. All right. Okay, come. Oh, you four come down the front. Wait, hang on. No, not you. I'm gonna save you. Yeah, you four come down the front. Now I need. Okay, come here. Now I need four people who kind of look like these folks. Dude, look at you. Look, you're even dressed. Now you have a black shirt on. Like, all right. No, I gotta go. I has to be in the back. How about the man and the woman sitting next to each other, right there? Yeah. And then I need someone. Dude, I need an Asian dude. An Asian guy. An American. Like ABC. Are you Chinese or Korean? ABC. I need an ABC. Who do we have? Bro, are you ABC? American-born Chinese? No. All right. That's what you say, right? Isn't that what you say? Am I on drugs? All right. Wait, I need.
Right in front of
all
you.
right. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, you're perfect. Awesome. Oh, my God. Even better. Okay. And then I need. Wait, so you. See that? The brothers. Okay, and then I need someone. Give me someone who kind of would be kind of like this dude right here. Someone in the top. Bro. All right, you, right there. You're the man. All right. Here, you take that. I'm going to put this down here. You. Yeah, give it to somebody here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, dude, you're a frat dude, right? Total. Oh my God. The frat. You're going to be the class frat guy. All right, what's your name? Russell. Russell, the frat guy. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them come out. First the international students, and then the American students, and see if they can pick out who is and is not domestic-born American and who is international. Okay? I don't even after you told me, I'm not sure I would know. All right, man. Okay, we need the Americans first. No, we need the international students first. Oh wait, hang on. Do you guys don't know any of them, right? Did you know any of them? All right, come on. Okay, hold tight. All right, y'all, listen, ma'am. Come around here. You're going to need this and this. Who's international and who's American of this lineup of people? Wait, first off, what's your name, bro?
I'm Jad, J-A-D.
Where are you from?
I'm Lebanese.
You're Lebanese? Wait, what's your name?
Jad.
Judd?
J-A-D, Jad.
Jad.
It's like God
Jad.
with a J.
Yeah, no, I got you. Dude, as soon as I looked at you, I was thinking, God, you look like Jesus. Yo, Jesus probably looked like, except Jesus was a lot shorter. Jesus was probably, they estimate Jesus was 5'2", you know. That's about that short. And maybe weighed like 100 to 105 pounds. So people have this idea that Jesus is going to return. I don't know, some of you Christians do. Jesus is going to return to earth. He's going to be a big guy with a big movie. He's going to be a little dude, probably with a little high squeaky voice. Like, hi, I'm Jesus. And you're going to be like, get the fuck out of here. No, you're not. All right. Okay, dude.
Can
God.
I ask
Can I
some
just-
questions?
No, you can't. They can't speak because that'll be a giveaway. What's your name, by the way?
Nikki?
Nikki? No, hang on. We're going to leave Nikki. We're not going to go. Judd?
Jad.
Jod. Jod. And Nikki. Okay, go down the lineup. Who is and is not. Wait, before. You
Can I
can't
know their
cheat
names?
off of each other.
Can I know their names at least?
No, you can't know their names, dudes.
Okay, American. American.
Wait, you got to talk into the mic.
Oh, okay. So the first three are American.
Wait, hang on. Stop right there. What would you... No, hang on. We're going to go. Don't pay attention to anything he's saying. Go ahead. Keep going.
International. International. American and international.
Okay, international American, international American, international.
Yeah.
American. Got it. All right, Nikki.
International, American, international, American.
He's American. American. Okay, so what are you looking at? Wait, American. What's he?
American.
He's international? What makes him international and him not? And you're international, right? Where are you from? China?
Taiwan.
Taiwan? Ah, same thing. It's the same country, right? China, Taiwan? Hang on. I don't want to start a conflict, international conflict in
It doesn't
Sichuan
really
18
matter.
class. Dude. All right. What's the difference between them?
I don't know. It's just a feeling.
Just what?
Just a feeling.
What do you not look at it? Look at their shoes, man. Bro, did you say they were both international?
Yes.
What makes them international? Like, what are you looking at? Talk right into the mic. My
Like,
friend.
I don't know, because they look like they're from another country.
This,
I don't know.
do you think we don't have Chinese or Asian
No,
people
like
in there?
I went to like an international high school, so like we had like 70 different nationalities. So I was always around people with like different nationalities.
Is it like
I
the
can just look at the
hair?
face and be like, he's not American, you know?
Okay, wait. He's American though.
Yeah, I think so.
What makes
I
him
believe
American?
So. His boots.
Yeah. Dude. Wait, can we? Dude, bro, yeah, get a shot of those boots. Okay. Dude, he has the same damn boots you have on, man. And you're an international
I've
student.
never seen those anywhere. Like,
Yeah, you're
except
right.
in America, you know.
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. All right, and wait, so you said he is American?
International.
What makes him international?
It's still just a feeling.
A feeling? Yeah. Bro, you said he's American.
I think he's international. Honestly.
You think he's international? Why?
He looks kind of like European, you know, like maybe Italian.
Kind of look
Swedish, maybe. You know?
Swedish. Dude, hang on, my friend. What does a Swedish person look like?
Like they're all blonde,
They're all blonde.
and I think they have blue eyes.
Blonde with blue eyes.
I don't know.
Dude, he's not blonde and he doesn't have blue eyes, man. This guy.
I just said.
Yo, bro, Simon, is he a friend of yours, by the way? All right, just wondering. Okay, he will be. Dude, you got to hang out with Simon right here. He'll put you straight. I'm telling you. Okay, hang on. So, wait, like her? Wait, you said she's American.
No, I said she's international.
Yeah, where's she from?
Or actually, I did say she's American.
You did say she's American, but she has blonde hair, so why isn't she Swedish?
I don't know. Like, not only Americans have blonde hair.
I hear that. All right. And so you said, what did you say about these two guys?
International and American.
International American. What's the difference between them? No, really, what are you looking at? International and American.
I guess probably the skin tone. It's like one is a bit. Well, slightly.
No, skin tone. Go ahead.
Yeah,
What are you looking
slightly,
at? No,
'cause,
come here and
like,
look at him. What are you looking at?
I feel like he's more pale, and then he's more tanned. Like just slightly, just like a little difference.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And what about her? What'd you say about her?
International.
International? What makes her international?
Because she has brown hair.
Oh my God. Really? This is it?
It's not just the
So
hair.
wait, oh my God. All right. Okay, dude, this is how life is. This is Sociological. Welcome to Sociological 18. All right, hang on a second. All right, y'all. Come on out. All right. So here's what you have to do. Can you not Jod, not Jod, and not Nikki? Nikki, right? Okay. But who is international and who's American? Domestic born American. No, you can decide on your own. Go ahead, you can go.
American. American, international. Let's go American. international, American. Maybe a soccer player, maybe international.
Dude, a soccer player?
American soccer player or international. Like, we can't like one of the two. International, let's go with that.
Wait, we'll choose one.
All
man.
right, the only people who wear all Adidas are like soccer players who are American.
Yeah. And what about like frat guys?
I'm going frat guy, American. I'm gonna go international and Adidas dude.
International and the. Where do you think he's from?
I'm gonna go with Europe. I don't want to.
Just Europe. Okay, come on. All right. Pick a country, my friend. You can't just say
Let's
Europe.
go with-
Europe's a big place. Sweden.
I want to go with.
Say
Go with Denmark. I like Denmark.
Denmark?
Yeah.
All right, dude, Denmark. All right, go ahead.
I'm going to say international.
International?
Yeah.
What makes this guy international?
No.
What's that?
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
No, don't guess. Look at him. Look at those Walmart boots, for example.
No, I didn't even see your boots.
Oh, you gotta look. Look at her. Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
This guy.
International, American.
International American.
Yeah.
What's the difference between these two guys?
He has a lot of really cool jewelry.
Wait, hold the mic close.
He has a lot of really cool jewelry on.
All right, and that makes him international.
I didn't see. You were hiding.
Dude, let me see. Let her see your jewelry. Yeah, look at this guy.
Yeah.
Total history. He's got an earring. Yeah. All right, her.
American. I'm going to say international for him, too.
Yeah, where do you think he's from?
I don't know. Maybe like Italy.
What makes her American?
I don't know.
Go ahead. Dude, you
I feel like
guess.
It's hard to tell for this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Dude, bro, what's your name again? August. August. I never asked you your name. Your name is August. The month August. What's your name?
Rowan.
Rowan? Okay, what did you say for her?
Said international.
Why'd you say international? Speak into the mic.
I don't know. The all black and the shoes are kind of funky.
The shoes are funky?
I mean, just with the places I've been in Europe, like a lot of the people have like an aesthetic, like they're all wearing all black or all white or all gray a lot of the time.
Yo,
So I went
Kadir,
with it.
can you make sure you get a shot of her shoes?
You know, if you go into Zara or something, it's all like monochromatic.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I got you, dude. Okay, well, let's shoot for it. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, man. What's your name? Where are you from?
Kylie. I'm from Rochester, New York.
Kylie is a total American name. All right.
It's actually Australian.
Australian? All right, Mike.
Eric, I'm from outside Philly.
Outside Philly.
Dan, I'm from Philly.
Dude, how'd you do? All right. Go ahead, man.
Michael, Shanghai.
Shanghai. Wait, okay, go ahead.
Elise, Amsterdam.
Dude, you got one right. Go ahead.
I'm from Sweden.
Wait, can you say that again? What's your name again?
Isabella.
Isabella. From Sweden?
I'm from Sweden.
How do you say I'm from, can you say it in Sweden? I'm from Sweden in Sweden.
Jag är från Sverige.
Wait, say it into the mic.
Jag är från Sverige.
Did you get that? That's very international. I'm asking, how would you know that she's American? Ah, she has blonde hair. All right.
My name's Russell. I am from Hamden, Connecticut. CT.
I'm Laith. I'm from Jordan.
From Jordan. This is like, do you speak the same? This is your guy. He's one country over, you know what I mean? Good, all right. Exactly. Damn. So are you Christian or Muslim?
Muslim.
You're Muslim?
Yeah.
And are you Christian or Muslim? You're from Lebanon, right?
Like a mix of both.
Mix of both? Yeah? All right. Yeah, we're all a mix of both anyway. All right, man. So we have the Jordanian guy, Swedish, Dutch, and what'd you say? China, from China. Yeah. So here's the thing, right? This is day one, so we're just sort of what I'm trying to do is just break stuff down a little bit to get us used to this. In normal life, in this world, especially in the United States now, it becomes, there's this thing about, I don't know, like focusing on features, right? Talking about things, like asking people, like, let's say you're African American. Do you identify as African American, by the way? Wait. Who's got a microphone? Wait. You identify as black?
I feel like the term African American is kind of, it's like it's purposely pointing out that we're not from here, whereas white people just get to be white or Caucasian, and like that is a region, but I feel like if white people can be white, I can just be black. No one has to. If we're all Americans now, why do we need to like remind people where we're from originally when we should all be Americans now? So.
Dude. All right. Dude, go for it. I'm sure. Exactly. All right. So the goal is, these things are what I want us to start doing in throughout the semester is really focusing on things that we see in people. Focusing on I don't know, it's like to ask where someone's from and if they're international, and like the fact that you would say, look at the shoes. It's like, yeah, pay attention to this stuff. Because when you start paying attention, you learn lots of things about a lot of people, and including we learn things about us. The best way to learn about ourselves is to travel. If you want to learn about your own culture, you travel. But a lot of times you can't travel, right? But we can here, because I can travel just by meeting people from other places. And so as I travel, I'm looking at shoes. I'm like, yeah, like where are those shoes from, by the way? Vagabond? You bought them in Sweden or here? It's a British brand? Yeah, all right. Wait, Swedish? Man, I'm going to have to get used to your accent. All right. It's cool. Okay, so it's a Swedish. You see that? Like, this is the thing. So the goal in here is to start paying attention to these kinds of cultural differences, because it's cool. Because we do live in a big world, man. It's a big, massive world. And there are people here in this classroom from all over the world. And so we're going to talk about all this stuff. And oftentimes talk about the things that we're not supposed to talk about. It's not that we're not supposed to talk about, but it's that I don't know, somehow we don't want to offend people, or we don't want to come off in some way, or it just feels weird, and I don't know. You know what I mean? Especially in the United States. Like, we have learned in the United States to be really, nobody wants to offend anybody. It's like, you can't engage in the world of race relations if you don't take risks to offend people. And so what if people get offended? Like, whatever. It's like, get on with it.